Hello, and thank you for joining the Champion Within podcast, your premier go-to spot for unlocking your winning mindset. Whether you're an athlete looking to elevate your game to the next level, a coach leading the charge, an enthusiastic parent cheering from the sidelines, or an educator molding young minds, the Champion Within podcast episodes are packed with value, sharing the tools and strategies to unlock your potential and rise to new heights. Hosted by mentor, coach, and mindset leader Kate McCauley. Let's sit back and enjoy today's episode while discovering your champion within. And now, here's Kate.
Hey, welcome back to Speedy Sunday. This is your quick mental reset to kick off your week with intention and fire. I'm your host, Kate McCauley. Thanks for deciding to hang out with me today. Before we jump into our quick Speedy Sunday episode, I have something special that I want to share with you. I'm about to kick off something big. I've planned out a whole series. I'm really pumped for this because it's going to be something easy for you to put in your ears and help you survive the holidays. Starting this coming Tuesday, every Tuesday episode and Sunday episode, all the way through till the end of December, I'm dropping Tuesday and Sunday episodes in a series that I'm calling The Holiday Mindset Survival. Because honestly, chaos is not going to get the last word. I am determined for me and you. So if the holidays make you excited, overwhelmed, sentimental, irritated, grateful, tired, overstimulated, all the things, maybe you're ready to get in a fight with a wrapping paper roll, this series is for you. I'm not going to be doing let's be positive and drink our hot chocolate together. Nope, that is not the vibe of this. So if that's what you're looking for, you should go search for another podcast during the holiday season. We're going to keep it real. I'm going to be delivering these fast. They're not going to be long episodes. I love my long conversations with my guests. They will come back in the new year. I love them. They're not disappearing. But during the holiday seasons, I'm going to be dropping quick, easy to listen to episodes. Things are about to get insane, right? Maybe they're already insane for you. I don't know about you, but I feel like my calendar already is getting a little wild. I'll give you a little bit more info at the end of this episode about what is coming your way. Let's get into this Speedy Sunday episode. Today's challenge is simple, but don't confuse simple with something small. At some point this week, that familiar voice of yours is going to whisper to you, I can't. It'll show up when you're tired, you're overwhelmed, maybe you're frustrated with something. You're going to start doubting yourself, and that I can't whisper is going to float through your brain. I want you to stop, literally pause, and be mindful of it. Take one breath. I want you to ask yourself, what if I could? Those 4 words, what if I could, they might sound tiny, but they're actually really powerful. They'll pull you out of that limitation and drop you back into the state of possibility. They're going to crack open this door, so to speak, that you didn't even realize that you had shut. I want to tell you a quick story. A few years back, when I first started doing this mindset stuff, I had someone reach out to me to work with their high school athlete. To be honest, I was a little surprised because I didn't even think I was ready to do that, but I was grateful that this person reached out to me. This athlete had huge potential, but he was buried under this self-doubt. Every session would start off the same way. He would tell me a story that his coach was asking him to do something and how he would either think in his brain or say to the coach, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. That's not for me. I'm not ready yet. One day I interrupted one of his stories mid-sentence. I said, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what if you could? We were on a Zoom session. He rolled his eyes. I'm talking full teenager eye roll. And he said, what if I could? And then he paused and he looked at me and just said, what if I could? I said, yeah, what if you could? And I challenged him, which if you are athletic in any way or you know anyone who's athletic, you know that sometimes when you challenge someone like that, they're like, okay, challenge accepted. I challenged him. I said, when that pops up for you, that I can't whisper I mentioned in the beginning, I want you to just pause and think, what if I could? So every time a coach says something to you or you think I can't, and you want to say back to them, I'm not ready yet, I can't do that, confidence issues pop up for you, I want you literally to just think in your own brain or say out loud if you're by yourself, but what if I could? He agreed to take the challenge on. What if I could? When his coaches would say something or it popped into his brain, he did start to think, what if I could? Over time, it wasn't magic. It wasn't a next day type of thing. But over time, as we were having our calls, he would say to me, it wasn't like my skills were changing. I wasn't getting stronger. I knew a lot of this stuff, but I was thinking differently. That was his mindset, right? So from that day on, whenever he had a tough drill, he was repeating it to himself. And every time he said he could feel a little bit of a change. And his coach actually said to him one time that he noticed it in his body language that his shoulders were back, that his effort seemed to be at an increased level, and that he seemed more confident. And then he told me after the coach said that to him, he actually then started to be like, you know what? I am more confident. And he kept repeating, what if I could? What if I could? It just became a habit of his. By the end of the season, when we were on our calls, he said to me, I actually feel like I've earned my spot. And again, this wasn't magic. It's because he stopped holding himself back and he started saying, but what if I could? That shift changed everything. I use this for myself too. When I'm at the gym, I do yoga style stretches. I do this because I need to stretch my muscles after doing cardio or lifting, but I also want to make sure that I stay on top of my balance. I heard a podcast years ago now that it's important to stay up with your balance. I'm sure some people look at me sideways when I'm at Planet Fitness doing these weird stretches with my quad when I'm kind of reaching down to the floor. It's called a dancer pose. But I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm 47. I've always loved doing yoga, Pilates, in addition to cardio and weight training. I heard a podcast years ago how it's important to stay on top of your balance because as you get older, this can impact you. And if you fall because you're off balance, it can be a serious issue as you get older, right? So I've always thought I need to stay on top of these things. Now, when I'm at the gym, if I'm wobbling or I'm off center, I take a breath and in my head, I say, what if I could be balanced? And then I shift it to, I am balanced. I literally will repeat the whole time I'm doing the stretch and I'm holding that pose. I am balanced. I am balanced. You should know I'm not perfect, not even close. I'm not like this yoga master, but every single time, almost instantly, when I start saying, what if I could be balanced? I am balanced. My body listens and my mind will sharpen. And the wobbles, they calm down literally every time. So next time you're trying something, maybe you're holding a plank at the gym, you're trying to do something and you start doubting yourself or shaking, you're off balance. You start saying, what if I could be strong? What if I could finish this run? What if I could keep going? What if I could get creative and figure this out? I am steady. I am creative. Staring at a messy house, maybe you start thinking, what if I could just give 5 minutes to this? Tiny little shifts like that will have a massive impact. So your challenge for this week is next time you hear yourself or the words whispering through your brain are, I can't do this or I can't. I want you to pause. You're being mindful by just noticing it. Then I want you to change the statement to, what if I could? Take action after what if I could. Okay, so let me remind you, starting this Tuesday and running all the way through the end of December, I'm dropping a brand new series called that Holiday Mindset Challenge. These are going to be short episodes, real tips, wild stories, Sunday follow-ups. It's going to be honest holiday mindset tools for anyone dealing with the madness that comes at the end of November and December, really the beginning of January too. Here's a little teaser of what's coming. Next Tuesday, we're starting with gratitude, but not the soft, fluffy, Pinterest bulleted style gratitude. We're talking gritty gratitude, the kind you feel when the house is loud. Your nerves are maybe shot and you're hiding in the bathroom for 3 minutes of silence. Then we're diving into the holiday pressure when everyone gets kind of weird in December. You know it's true. Everyone's acting like they're auditioning for this holiday drama special. And then one of my favorite episodes, life is still lifing during the holidays because honestly, you know, if things weren't crazy enough, my oldest son's birthday falls right in the middle of the madness because nothing says holiday magic like a birthday party wedged in the middle of school concert, shopping list, and trying to remember if I bought the wrapping paper for all of the different people that I'm shopping for, right? Also, I have an episode of family drama, team drama, personality clashes. Yep, I'm going there. And the last Tuesday drop, December 30th, is a New Year episode that will not be the same boring New Year, new me nonsense. I'm blowing up that entire concept. And the final follow-up episode will be Sunday, January 3rd. You are going to love this series. So here's your job. Make sure you're tuned in this Tuesday for episode 1. The holidays are coming at us. Life is going to life. Chaos is going to be chaosing. And we are going to survive it with mindset, humor, maybe a tiny bit of dysfunction, just to keep it real. Well, thanks as always for hanging out with me on this Speedy Sunday. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you for hanging out with Kate today. And whether you're going to coach, teach, cheer from the sidelines, or hitting the field yourself, remember, mindset is everything. Don't forget to follow the show for the latest episodes, as we all need a little extra motivation, humor, and sanity in our busy lives. Now, go and unleash your champion within you, one step at a time. We're always rooting for you.